What is going on YouTube? My name is Miklosh and welcome to my channel. Now, I'll be away for 2 weeks due to my vacation. I'll be traveling to Germany, but before I go, I wanted to leave something to the civilization, well, to the players of Pocket, because there's been already some decks that were proven really good on the ladder and on the ongoing tournaments right now, even though the new Ultra Beast set is being out for like a few days. So without further ado, let's just start with the first one. Obviously, you might have already faced one on the ladder. It's the Buzzwole-Celesteela deck. Basically, I do believe that the Buzzwole might be the one EX that is buzzing around and is proving to be probably the most strongest of this set. Time will tell, but it's definitely one which you can build a lot of strong decks with. And here it's paired with like Pheromosa, which is really good. We already had like a video and a deck with like the Sijui, because like Pheromosa is a good partner for it, but turns out it is a good partner for Buzzwole as well. It's targeting the active Pokemon and the bench, so it's perfect. And of course, Celesteela does allow you to switch out stuff pretty easily, especially because Buzzwole has that second move that Celesteela allows us to reset that cooldown or like negate it. So basically we send Buzzwole to the bench and then bring it back in, because like you're probably gonna switch it out with Pheromosa, which has just like one energy retreat. So like you hit with Buzzwole 120, you switch it out with Celesteela, and then you bring it back and can do 120 damage again, which is amazing, right? So basically Celesteela makes that move not having the second part of it. Of course, we're also playing like Erica to just like heal our Pokemon in here. We have here 2 times a leaf cape to make our grass types bigger. Obviously, you can also like maybe put even just a standard cape, because Celesteela isn't the grass, but I don't think you will use Celesteela anyway, just like a wall, or like if you start with it, then you're probably looking forward to draw the other one so you can put that Celesteela on the bench, because it wants to be there the whole time. And the rest of the deck is using one Beast Tide, which is interesting. Does like increase damage, of course. Repel is an interesting one, and this version is having only 1 copy of Lusamine, but pretty much the rest of the deck can be tweaked to your likings, guys. Guzma obviously is there. It really depends on what the rest of the meta is gonna look like. Obviously, the previous one had a lot of tools, so Guzma was one of the most used cards of the meta. We'll see if that stays the same. So maybe you add more, one more Lusamine, or like remove something out. It's really up to you. Second deck we're having here is the Silvally-Rampardos deck that is really strong right now. Basically the best non-ES deck, because it utilizes Silvally's ability to just like do 100 damage and be also like on the bulkier side, something similar to like Snorlax, but this time Silvally just needs like any support card, which is awesome. Plus we do have Gladion that will pull either Null or Silvally from the deck, so it's there for some consistency. You can just run 1 copy of Pokeball. I've seen some decks that were using none, so that's also an option. But basically, you always will start with null with this deck, since like fossils are not basic Pokemon, and you'll probably look to either build one on the bench or continue pressuring with Silvally that, like I said, just needs like another support card to deal 100 damage just for like 2 energy, which is awesome. And the best thing is, you can pair it with pretty much anything, but obviously this time we have the Rampardos and it's absolutely nuts. I've seen versions of this deck with that other trainer card that is for the neutral Pokemon, which is Silvally, and put it back. I forgot the name of it, but you probably know what I mean. But yeah, one copy of Iono definitely you want to use if there's no pieces of Rampardos in your hand, right, to aggressively start searching for skull fossils, since like you should not worry about Null and Silvally. Gladion is there to pull that out, or maybe Professor Research and the Pokeball, but the rest of the monsters you kind of have to care about, and you probably want to use Iono. You can also use Iono to screw your opponent's hand, but like I said, in general, really, really strong, fast, can be really fast one, and effective. All right, deck number 3 we have for you is surprisingly with a mushroom and a Solgaleo, guys. All right, the first time I've seen this deck, I was like, "What the hell is going on here?" Turns out Shiinotic is the MVP of this deck, because like it has that crazy good ability that allows you to like randomly put a Pokemon from your deck into your hand, which is crazy. So it is able to fetch any random, Pokemon from your deck, which is great and allows you to really set up your deck pretty fast. And it's actually something that counters Silvally because it matches the pace of it. And also, like Solgaleo does a bunch of damage. There's also like one copy of Rad that can be increased, right? Because Buzzwole is also a thing. So those 3 decks, I should say, are pretty dominant right now on the ladder and on the tournaments. Silvally kinda because it's easier one to build, right? Not everyone is having like 2 copies of Buzzwole, all the other pieces. So like definitely increased number of Silvally, and this one is the counter to it, just because of the Shiinotic, like I said. Really, really strong one. Now there's like 2 other decks I want to show you, but bear in mind they are not as effective as strong. So those 3 ones are definitely the meta and will be for some time, where the next 2 I'm going to show you are like not that strong, but it's the new EXs which you might pull and still want to kind of have a deck for them. So as you can see, this is the Guzzlord-Celesteela Nihilego deck that obviously emphasized the poison power. I've seen this doing really good on the Ursa Days tournament, although I personally would love just another copy of Nihilego, so that's something that can be tweaked. Obviously, Poison Barb here to put it on your active Pokemon and start poisoning stuff. But the main sweeper, as always, is the Guzzlord. That needs like 4 energy, so that might take a while if you have already used some of the Pokemon before, and like it was taken down. Lusamine that helps to make sure your Guzzlord gets the energy faster. And the last one is the Tapu Koko-Zeraora Shaman deck. So Oricorio is here, just wants to mess still with the EXs. Like I said, we'll see how it will be in this meta. Last time, last meta, Oricorio was pretty much annoying and dominant because there were a lot of EXs. I mean, this time I don't expect anything less, so that's that. Tapu Koko-Zeraora Electric Duo, really interesting. Being able to just like take the energy and speed up the process of getting enough to deal some damage can be a really rushy deck and fast paced. The only issue with this deck, and why is it not as strong as once against the first 3-1, is like Silvally-Rampardos is like super popular, like I said, and this deck is super weak to it, super weak to ground or fighting, which is a bad thing. I guess people also still kind of playing Garchomp and stuff, so it might struggle, but like I said, it definitely can be good, in some matchups. Obviously, that's how the games do work with any kind of card game. You will have good and bad matchups. That's what's up. Anyways, that will be it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please do me a favor and hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and until the next time, guys, happy gaming.